all these people driving nice cars, all these people living in a nicer house than I lived in, all these people, like, I'm renting and struggling, and like there's people with 2 Jeeps in the driveway, and but then you look at the statistics, and 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That means if one of those people lost their job, those Jeeps are gone. That house is gone. I'm in the real estate industry. You wouldn't believe how many people lose houses because they can't pay for them. People are over leveraged, and that was my 1-minute takeaway. I can't believe that 70% of people live paycheck to paycheck. That's insane. It sucks. I know how hard it is to not have money, and I know how hard it is to stay in that place, but what I also know is, like, you can fix it. It just takes 80% of psychology, and it just takes you continuously working on yourself. I'm taking this class 6 times. If you think about it, I'm like a 6-year-old kid now. Better than a 1-year-old, right? That would be like 1 time. And that's how I conceptualize it in my mind. You have to do it over and over again, and just every time, just do a little bit, just do a little bit, just do a little bit. Next thing you know, people are looking at you and they're going, hey man, you're successful. And you're going, holy shit, I can't believe this. But it's a 7-year process. It took my brother and I 7 years to go from eviction to both owning condos and driving decent cars. 7 years. If anybody can do it faster than that, go for it. I just think there's a huge misconception about how long it takes. You see all these people teaching all these things, yet we're literally like doing it live. It's happening right now. And I just think 7 years. Just relax, do your best, and 7 years from now your life will be different. Hopefully before then, like obviously year 5, year 6, things started changing. I was able to get a car because my credit improved a tiny bit, Then I was able to get a nice car because I had so much money in the bank. But that was 7 years. When you're day to day, you're going one day to the next day, 1 week to the next week, 1 month to the next month, and your ends don't meet, like nothing's working. But then what happens is one day you wake up and you've been working hard, you didn't just give up, and all of a sudden you have a little money put away. You have a little money for your kids. If like you can go out to eat again. I stopped going out to eat. I stopped drinking coffee just to save my money. I canceled my gym membership lately. But I bought a bunch of sushi yesterday for $70. I didn't care about that because now I'm on the other side. And I believe that's the point is, the quote says, like, live like no one else so later you can live like no one else. I don't think later has to be that far. Yeah, like to live millions later, you have to be even more frugal and save more money. But you can go out you can have a good life real soon. I probably sacrificed for about 2 to 3 years, maybe 4, and now I can go out to eat. Except my going out to eat is different than most people's going out to eat. Most people go out to eat with their paycheck to paycheck. When I go out to eat, it's not paycheck to paycheck. It's like side cash, pocket change for me. And that's what I think is important for everybody to get to. And I go out to eat. I got a nice car. I have a house that I put down 20% on. My mortgage is less than what I was paying for my 2-bedroom apartment, right? Because I put down 20%. And life is good. I think this class is important for those reasons, I think saving money has to become a priority. It has to become a priority. The amazing person I'm dating now, she's on here. That's how important I think it is. I think everybody should take it. I don't want anybody within 5 feet of me personally that doesn't take this class, because everybody on my team is on this call. And that's like 7 people. That's how important I think it is, because if everybody around you is getting better with their finances, all of a sudden the whole circle improves. And let's be honest, if you get a chance to save so much money and buy a nice car and buy the house you want and take the trips you want, that's amazing. But you got to start thinking long term. What about for those of us who have kids when the kids are 30? What about for those of us who have parents when the parents when if God forbid they have to go into hospice? What about like those life draining money events if you're not prepared? So if you're just treading water and all of a sudden something like that happens, you're gonna drown. What about leaving a legacy for like 2 generations from now? They'll be like talking about you as a grandparent and be like, man, my grandma, my grandpa really changed the trajectory of this family because they decided to change the way we deal with money, right? Because they decided to put some money away and not spend it all. Because they decided to write a plan and do all these things Dave Ramsey says. I think it's important. I think it's really hard to do. And it's also weirdly really easy to do, because the only thing you have to do is sacrifice. You do have to sacrifice, and that part sucks, I promise you. Going out from eating all the time to not eating all the time, drinking coffee all the time to not, just to save some money, canceling your gym membership, canceling all the things that aren't necessary. It sucks, I promise you. I did it. It does suck. But it won't suck forever, and you could probably turn it all around within depends on where you are, within 1 to 5 years you could be on like the other side of finances and not have to worry as much. And I think that's beautiful. All right, I'm pretty much done with my spiel. I obviously like to hear myself talk, as my friends know. If anybody has any questions, I can answer them. All right.
When's the next meeting it's every Wednesday at 10 a.m.?
Every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And the only thing, just make sure you watch the class before the Zoom meeting. Just watch the lesson before the meeting. The meeting is at 10 a.m. So, all right. I hope everybody got a little something out of it. If you have any questions, just reach out to me, and go have an awesome day. And save $1 today. That's my thing. Just put $1 away. Start there, and then after that, let's all start working towards that 1,000. And just remember, you're just starting this class. You don't need to get everybody on board right away. Just do it. Just do it for you, and then things are gonna little by little start to change for you. All right, that's all I got. If anybody has questions,
if anybody has questions, you could always email or text us. I added in the comments all our information, so just feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much to my bro, always having my back. And thank you all so much for being here, not just for me, but for yourself. I think that the majority of people aren't going to take stuff like this because it sucks to have to watch stuff for an hour, and it sucks to have to do this, but it also sucks being broke. All right. I hope you guys have fun. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.